for being here. Thank you for taking the time from your busy day on a lunch hour of all times to attend my announcement. So from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everybody being here. Each and one of you has impacted me in some way along this journey, so I feel extraordinarily blessed to have everyone here today and see all your smiling faces. For those who don't know me, my name is Josh Price, and I'm a former Pulaski County Election Commissioner. As sure as you know, last year we had one of the most contentious elections in our nation's history. In the middle of a global pandemic that threatened our health and shut down our economy, we looked to our elected officials for leadership. But too often we were let down. However, when others put their heads down, I rose up to fight for Arkansans, with the help of a lot of people in here today. Sadly, out-of-touch politicians are making it harder for Arkansans to vote. Rural voters, seniors, single parents, minorities, and working-class Arkansans, they're all facing new hurdles to exercising their American right to vote. And that's just not right. So today, I am proud to announce the launch of my campaign for Arkansas Secretary of State to protect the voting rights of all Arkansans. So a little bit about me. A lot of you know me, but you may not know some of my family history, but it's actually my family's commitment to public service that inspired me to serve the people of Arkansas. For those who don't know, I was born in Nashville, Arkansas. Got my cousin over here from Arkadelphia, but raised in Antoine and Delight, Arkansas, in Pike County. Yeah, Delight, and I can turn on that accent just like that. My grandfather, Clyde Ollie Price, served in the Army in World War II and is awarded a Purple Heart for his service. And my grandmother, Frances Jean Price, was the first female Justice of the Peace in Pike County, Arkansas, and she fought for civil rights during the 1950s and 60s. So having those two as my inspiration is what made me want to have that heart for public service. And I'm going to go off the cuff a little bit and tell y'all a little story about how my parents met. You're saying, this guy's from Delight, Arkansas, so why is he Asian American, right? What happened there? So my mom was recruited from the Philippines as a registered nurse to work in rural America, and she was placed in Murfreesboro, Arkansas. So my grandmother, the Justice of the Peace, had actually had a mild heart attack and was in the hospital, and my mother was her nurse, just so happens. So my dad came down from college to visit his mother at the hospital, and he was single, he wasn't dating anyone. So my grandmother saw an opportunity there. So she said, Alan, I found the cutest little nurse you've ever seen in your life, and I want to introduce you. So she hits the nurse call button. My mom comes running into the room, you know, with the white hat and the uniform and everything. And she said, Mrs. Price, what can I do to help you? And she said, Tess, this is my son, Alan. Alan, you're taking her on a date on Friday night. So, you know, they got married, and 3 years later I came along. So that's why you say, why does this guy have a southern accent and he's from Delight? Well, now you know the story. So just a little bit about some of my experience, what caused me to want to run for this position. I served as part of the senior leadership team for the Delta Regional Authority, and during that time I helped small businesses all up and down the Mississippi River Delta area and foster the development of